I didn't hear, they didn't do the thing they did in the past couple where they go around the table and ask for a split. So, but yeah, looking at Mike's main deck, the Boss Naya player, interesting things, the 4-cunning Spark Mage main, but everything else is kind of standard. He changed up the mana base a little. I think he removed 2 of the Birds of Paradise, so there's only 2 left, 4 wild, or Noble Hierarch, of course 4 Wild Nacatl, and he changed up the mana base a little, adding another Stirring Wildwood and another Raging Ravine. So his sideboard's also a little different than LSV's. He's got Goblin Bushwhacker in there instead of the Goblin Guide, and Summoning Trap, which is interesting. So Lightning prompts 1 discard so far, Scoop Mob from Mike, and the second discard is going to be a Tectonic Edge. So Alessandro passes the turn back, but before the turn can end, Mike pings 1 damage to Alessandro, making the life totals.
Oops.
19,
I think I gained 1 from
18, 16.
Yeah. Addition, subtraction, it's all the same thing, right?
That's what I hear. Players max.
I know. We didn't catch him before. I didn't want to disturb him during the game, so we're gonna get him mic'd up for game 2. Do you have this like plugged into a power strip?
Yeah, I think it just got unplugged though.
It's not off. It's sleeping.
How do you turn it back on?
Don't click that. Just
So getting back to the action. Looks like Mike here is trying to ramp up to something. He's missing the white mana, which is pretty key if he wants to try to cast his important Knight of the Roguehori.
What's the life again?
Draws a Wild Nacatl along with his Bloodbraid Elf. Because the Birds of Paradise got bolted, that Bloodbraid Elf doesn't seem like it's going to come out until Mike gets another land. Broodmate Dragon drawn off the top for Alessandro, and he'll cast his own Bloodbraid Elf, cascading into a Rampant Growth, which looks like it will accelerate him right into the Broodmate Dragon if he draws another land. Alessandro, I think, only has 2 cards in hand. It's Broodmate Dragon and another Bloodbraid Elf. He's got 3 cards. I can't see the 3rd card. You gotta imagine, yep, Bloodbraid Elf gets in there.
Looking to trade with Wild Nacatl?
Looks like Mike takes the bait. Goes for the trade. I don't know how much I like that trade there, but currently the damage race is going in Mike's favor. If Mike can get his own Bloodbraid Elf, he swings it the other way.
Is there a 3rd person on this channel?
But no land for Mike, and Putrid Leech drawn by Alessandro, making his hand terminate Putrid Leech and Broodmate Dragon. And looks like Bloodbraid Elf cascades into Putrid Leech, and since Bloodbraid Elf got in there last turn, let's jam it in there again. We'll just drop Mike down to 10 life. And ping it on a turn, Alessandro will go down to, I believe, 17.
Thank you. Hold the button down, the power button. Okay, now it's off. I'll turn it back on. Make sure it's plugged in everywhere.
Yeah, it's plugged in.
Where is it plugged in down there?
This light's on, so it's plugged in.
Oh, okay. Well then, all right, it's good then.
Okay, cool. Mike taking his time to.
Looks like he's just in there. Or is this post-combat?
I believe this is post-combat. I think this. Oh no, he's considering whether to block, and that's what he does. He blocks with Putrid Leech. Try to save 4 damage. Did Putrid Leech pump there?
I don't think it did.
I think he pointed to it. I mean, we'll see. Cast another Putrid Leech. His hand is Terminate and Broodmate Dragon. And looks like Mike can't get that 4th land, so he loses the first game. Let's take a look at these guys' sideboards. Alessandro's got in his sideboard 4 Goblin Rune Blaster, 4 Great Sable Stag, 3 Malakir Blood Witch, 3 Deathmark, and 1 Maelstrom Pulse. Gotta imagine he's bringing in all the Deathmarks, one of the Maelstrom Pulses, the only Maelstrom Pulse, and probably the Malakir Blood Witch. I'm not too sure how great Rune Blaster is in this matchup. I think that it's probably about as...
Probably not good enough.
Yeah, probably a little worse than some of the other spells he'd bring in. And Mike Lanigan's sideboard, he's got 1 Goblin Bushwhacker, 1 Scoop Mob, 3 Summoning Traps, 2 Mana Barbs, 2 Baneslayer Angel, 1 Basilisk Collar, 1 Behemoth Sledge, 1 Oblivion Ring, and 3 Lightning Bolt. That's the interesting thing about his deck. He's not running any of the Lightning Bolts main. So I think that he's definitely bringing in the 2nd Behemoth Sledge, bringing in Baneslayer Angel. I'm not sure what matchup he's been bringing in Summoning Trap in, but that's definitely an interesting card.
Yeah, I would guess in a control matchup. You get your,
Sure.
your spell countered and flip up a Broodmate Dragon.
You think he's boarding in the Lightning Bolts in this matchup?
I think you should board in...
He's definitely boarding up Basilisk Collar and Cunning Spark Mage. It's 5 slots. He's boarding in Behemoth Sledge, so there's 4 more spots to fill. Oblivion Ring and Lightning Bolt.
Oblivion Ring. I don't know if Lightning Bolt's really that good.
Definitely Oblivion Ring and Baneslayer Angel. That leaves 1 slot open.
Scoop Mob?
Scoop Mob or, yeah. Goblin Bushwhackers against the J-Stacks. It fills the role of Goblin Guide that LSV played.
Can you hear the players?
Yeah, a little bit. So, do you have anything you wanna tell us, Rashad, while we're waiting for these guys to get ready?
We're awesome. We're so awesome that you should donate to the cause. Your contributions help us get to more events, so we can bring you more good games live. Did you? I don't know. I'm sure some of you. We got 700 people watching now. We had 2,000 watching our GP Open coverage. But yeah, if you want us to do more GPs, the help that we get from donations from viewers like you, I sound like PBS, from the help and support of viewers like you, we get to more GPs and
more events.
More events means more good games live for you guys. And if you help out, we'll give you some Rashad tokens and some Ray tokens, and soon we'll have some Ben SW tokens. It's gonna happen. We're gonna get some cool tokens. Just wait. Season 2, Series 2. Just wait.
I'm waiting.
I don't know. I mean, maybe
we'll do Series 1.5, just Ben SW.
We'll talk.
Okay. Should I go see if there's any other match updates while they're shuffling? I'm gonna go check to see if there's any other updates on the floor.
Sure. So we get the players. We're getting ready for game 2. Kind of like a replay of the LSV match semifinals from San Diego. Decks are pretty similar to each other. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle.
So we got some updates from the floor. Josh Cho is up 1 game. Brian Diefendorf is also up 1 game, and Oliver Russ is also up 1 game. So a little update from the floor while we wait for the players to shuffle up for the next round, or for the next game rather.
So we have a Vampire's Mirror on the other side of this bracket.
Yep. Josh Cho. I think he's going to win the Vampire's Mirror against Dan Sampson. He seemed to really impress me when we did a little interview with him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think that this matchup, I think that the Boss Naya deck, Mike Lanigan, is matchup-wise should be the winner, but anything can happen when you're playing against Jund. So Alessandro's up 1 game. Maybe he'll take it. There's another one of these exact same matchups, Brian Diefendorf versus Wes Murphy. Brian Diefendorf